Hi lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into this video.
I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this bank colored woman is all out to, cancel people that is talking about hurricane visiting Sundown town. So he was like, instead of you guys to be helping, instead of you guys to come together and help us, you guys are here talking about, hurricane visiting the Sundown towns. Like, she is so pissed, and I was so able to put up some of her stitches, and every other stitch I'm going to be putting in the end of this video. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational purposes. Alright, lovely.
So first of all, not only is Asheville not a sundown town, it's 12% black and it voted blue in the last election. And also, it's important to know that sundown towns are not synonymous with the South. In fact, there are plenty of sundown towns in the Midwest. There's a sundown town in California. It's argued that there may be more sundown towns in the Midwest than in the South. So my question for you now is, are the people of North Carolina now worthy and deserving of your help? Since we have now proven ourselves, does that mean that we no longer deserve to be victims of government incompetence and lack of caring? Are the people of North Carolina now worthy and deserving of your help?
First, I want to start out with saying you have my deepest sympathy. I'm from Texas, Houston, and we just survived Hurricane Beryl. My house was the hardest hit on the street. We went 15 days without any lights, and I lost everything. My house is still, by the federal government, considered inhabitable. Okay, I'm very sorry. I also understand what you are going through right now because I'm black in America. And where I live, in one of the largest cities in the world, we had to fight to have healthy food sources in our neighborhoods. Being black in America on a local, state, and federal level, we are forced to live in food deserts. We understand what it feels like to not know where your next meal is coming from, and we also understand what it feels like to go hungry. And right now, because you are going through this, and people are sometimes less articulate than they could be and sensitive, you're missing the message. I guarantee you there have been black people chased out of your fucking town and told to never come back there again. I know it's happened because it happens in every town, no matter how big or how small, to black people in America. What is happening to you right now happens to black people. It's not happening to you because you're black. It's happening to you because you're poor. The people of Appalachia are poor. And black people have been trying to tell poor European Americans that this government doesn't give a fuck about you either. But they weaponize the implicit biases inside of you against us. And as long as they can make you believe that we are the reason that you don't have, you will stay angry at us and you won't pay attention to them, disregarding all of us and picking the shit out of our pockets. It doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican, they all do it. To black people in America and to poor people in America. We have been trying to sound the alarm. We have been trying to have these conversations with you all. Malcolm X tried to have this conversation, and when he started to get through to poor European Americans, the government really got concerned. Because if we all link up, they're in trouble. So when people say to you that there is this white supremacist legacy coming out of the Carolinas, let's not pretend like it's not true. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that what you're going through, you shouldn't be going through. But we have been trying to have this conversation with poor European Americans, and you're watching it unfold again in a bigger way. We can't live like this. We've made a decision that we're not going to. But as long as poor European Americans are satisfied with just knowing that black people in America are doing worse than them, none of us will do as well as we should. Godspeed to you. I truly hope that relief comes your way very soon.
Listen to
Sean,
this.
this is the gravest betrayal of American citizens this country has ever seen. The reason why those Americans in North Carolina, those mothers, those fathers, those precious little children, were left to die, were left on rooftops begging their government for help that never came, is because Kamala Harris turned FEMA into an illegal alien resettlement agency.
Yes,
its
she did.
manpower, its dollars, its resources, its mental energy was spent over the last 4 years learning how to do one thing: how to get illegal aliens from outside the country into your town. And so when disaster struck, they were not ready, they were not prepared, they were not capable, and they did not care. And our fellow citizens, including babies, children, young kids, were left to suffer and drown. They did not scramble the helicopters, they did not scramble the military, they did not send needed assistance. But if those children had been living in a foreign country, they've been living in Haiti, or they've been living in Venezuela, why then Kamala Harris would have sent in help immediately.
Yeah.
A betrayal like we've never seen before, Sean. This is infuriating.
You guys better wake up.
Sean, this is the gravest betrayal of American citizens.
Before we begin, I need you to read that very, very closely. Pay very close attention to the part where it says no Democrats voted against the bill. Look at it very closely. Here is the list. I'm not done. More of the list. I'm not done. Even more of the list. I'm not done. Even more of the list. I get it. This situation is very heartbreaking for a lot of Americans. I truly understand this. But I am really kind of getting tired of this narrative that somehow Kamala Harris knew this was going to happen and stole the FEMA money and gave it to a bunch of people to speak Spanish. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it. Dead ass sick of it. So if y'all are going to point fingers, you need to point them at the right people. And I'm going to say this one more damn time. I'm going to say this one more time so that you and everybody in your little comment section can understand this. Y'all voted for these people. If you want to point at the federal government, fine. Who controls the purse strings? It is not Kamala Harris. It is Congress. And those 82 people I just showed you, senators and congressmen and congresswomen, they are the ones that literally voted against supplementing FEMA. They did. And I didn't even show you all of them. I just showed you the ones from the states that have been affected by Elena. Those are the people you need to be mad at. But I understand you won't, because civics in America suck. Learning truly what your government does and who is in control of what in your government is too hard. I just want to blame Kamala because I want to vote for Trump. I'm sick of that narrative. And that's just the people in the federal government. I'm not even talking about governors. I'm not even talking about state senators. I'm not talking about state Congress people. This narrative that y'all have built to try to spread and turn this into a partisan thing is disgusting. It is the sickest thing I've ever seen. And I've seen some sick shit out of you, out of people like you, out of people like Stephen fucking Miller. A disgrace. So if you're going to point fingers, point them in the right direction. Vote for whoever the fuck you want to. That is your right as an American citizen. But enough with these fucking videos trying to blame Kamala Harris because you just don't like her. You want to point at somebody? Start with those 82. Since you won't start with your governors, you won't start with your state senators, and you won't start with your state Congress people. You want to blame somebody? Blame the 82 in that list. God damn. This is why every American every adult American should be forced to go to civics class. Forced. It should be a requirement for you to work in the United States. You have to take a damn civics class. Because some of you are out here saying some stupid shit just to be saying it. God damn. Jesus Christ. Why do we have to keep carrying you people with us?
So I'm seeing how a lot of people are talking about Hurricane Helene and the South, and it's bothering the fuck out of me. One, I'm going to start this by saying absolutely any one of us can become climate refugees. The hurricane damage in Asheville and in eastern Tennessee is so far from normal hurricane damage and so evident of our country's lack of preparedness for events like this, it's insane. Asheville is like easily 4 hours from the coast. Eastern Tennessee is landlocked. Tennessee itself is landlocked, and they are devastated with hurricane destruction. And it really just goes to show that even if you're in an area that may not experience natural disasters like that, you absolutely can still be a victim of one. And the attitude that I'm seeing surrounding Hurricane Helene is something that, like, dare I say, I almost want to get emotional over. All y'all who claim to be progressive and care about this and this and da-da-da-da will also in the same breath be like, fuck the South, y'all deserve the hurricane because you voted red. And all that shows to me is how, one, little American history you know, two, how little history in general you know, three, how little you know about the problems that this government faces, and 4, how little you know about the South. I have made so many videos, and it's a part of the Southern Girl series that I'm going to connect to this video. You should see a little thing at the bottom that's like, it's a part of this playlist. I really encourage people to go watch those videos because the reason the South is the way it is because of years of political failing since Reconstruction, really. And we could argue it a little bit more before that, but really since Reconstruction. The GOP has been allowed to run rampant throughout the South. And when we look at issues like gerrymandering and how districts have been drawn and voter suppression and the lack of accessible voting resources, we really can begin to understand why the South is the way it is and why the GOP continues to be in power. And when you understand that the Republican Party keeps the South that way so that they can maintain power, you understand more why these issues keep cropping up. But even without the history and without the governmental interference, I would argue, y'all have this idea of the South that it is all white, Republican, Trump, MAGA, KKK, whatever. And it kind of to me shows that y'all don't listen or like talk to anyone who is not you. Anyone who's not in your circle, like you only listen to things that reaffirm your views. The South is not that. It's not what y'all think it is. And I try to come on here and explain it, and everybody acts like I'm lying. 59% of Black Americans live in the South. So even if we were to have this argument of, oh, does the South deserve it or not, who are the people that you're punishing? 59% of Black Americans? Obviously, the hurricane didn't hit all of the South the same way, and, you know, whatever. But But still, acting as if the South deserves any of its natural disasters as a consequence of slavery, all you're doing is agreeing that the black people there deserve to be punished too. And this is one I know is going to make y'all call me crazy, but when I say I believe everyone deserves access to health care and a home and good schools for their kids and accessible groceries, I do mean everyone. And unfortunately, that also includes Republicans, because I believe that all human beings deserve justice and equality, and if that means that I have to help out some Republicans in the process, yeah, that does. And I think it is really shitty of liberal Democrats to be like, no, you don't deserve our help. Because I think that goes against the whole principle of what y'all claim to be for, which is helping everyone. And all that's doing is helping the GOP control the South. All that does is make these Southerners who are already being very much influenced to support the GOP and do all these things and what have you, and are already very much have their necks pressed down by the government, to follow that more. And just ultimately, it's just gross. And you see these whole towns, and like really truly, whole towns just wiped away. My friend Abby, her whole home is gone. You can donate to her at the link in my bio. I've made plenty of videos about it, and I'm gonna continue to make plenty more. Her whole house is gone. She voted blue in every election. Does she deserve her whole house being gone? Are we only going to give her a house but no one else around her? And Abby, God bless her, had to help her own mama and her own papa get them out of their house. And they're Republicans. Did they not deserve it? Like, I truly don't think y'all are not the progressives that you think you are. You're not Angela Davis. You're not sticking it to the man. You're being an asshole. The South does not deserve natural disasters. Point blank, period. I really need y'all to start to show some form of empathy or some form of care for these people. Because I don't even know what to say, because you should. So let this just be a little PSA. If you're an asshole on my page, I won't allow it and I will block you. Okay, I think if you believe that the South deserves any sort of natural disaster, I think you're a bad person. And I think that you only do that because you need to feel some sort of moral superiority inside, and that kind of just shows your own lack of respect for other people and really yourself. And I encourage y'all to look inward when you start to say shit like that and say, why do I think this? And then maybe shut the fuck up. Because I'm tired of it.
So lovely, there's these speculations that has been going all over the social media that all of the, hurricanes, Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helen and all of that has been visiting some, states and all of that. And people decided to ask what is happening, what state, and a lot of people are beginning to notice that these hurricanes keep on visiting sundown towns. And the thing is that, there have been a list of sundown towns that has been circulating all over the social media. People were like, is this a sign? People were like, is this the sign that, okay, what the prophecy does? A lot of people, actually took this to a spiritual way, which is something that's okay. If you look truly, you will notice that, due to all of the sundown towns that has been listed that I saw on the social platform, it's as if this thing is happening to sundown towns. That's why people are now, talking about it. Oh, it's happening in sundown town. Is it something? Is it that God is trying to say something? Is it that God is trying to, give a warning? Is it that God is trying to wash our sins away? For those of us that don't understand what sundown towns are, these towns that have problems with someone that is of a colored, colored, black people, most especially people of color, and the particular state during then even till now, that when you as a black person, you are not expected to be in the said set before the sun is down, before it gets dark. Okay, and there is this video that actually went viral sometime. One uncle like that, he decided that he had a job in a said Sundown town. He got there. This just happened in 2024. So he got there to do his job. On getting there, he met with some ray and cis pan-colored people, and one thing led to the other. These people decided to, using the racial slurs on him. One of them even went viral for telling this brother that there is a hanging tree at the back of his house where they hang people that looks like him. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? What is it that is still happening in 2024? I am actually not justifying anything, or people suffering. I'm not justifying the hurricane. I'm just trying to, like, okay, why people are mentioning Sundown towns. So when this brother, actually came on TikTok, and he was like, oh my goodness, this is what I was told. It went viral. It really went viral because these people decided that it was so nice to say something so horrible to this brother. And now this hurricane of a thing has actually been happening for days now, and people are beginning to notice that these southern towns are the ones that are being affected the most. So I guess it's actually getting to the nerves of these pan-colored women. Why people will mention southern towns, why people will try to use their predicament to relate it to with what really happened in the past. But there again, you cannot actually blame people for speculating or for trying to, like, relate it to what happened in the past, because what happened in the past is something that is unforgettable. It's not because it happened to a particular set of people, so it's deemed normal, so nobody should talk about it. So people should only come to our risk or talk about what we are passing through. It does not have nothing to do with what happened in the past. But if you look it in another way, it's as if it has a little bit of, and I will not blame anyone for trying to aid their opinion, but that does not actually, stop the fact that, okay, everyone is so pained with what is happening, but people also have their own rights to their opinions. That doesn't give you to, okay, black people, blah blah. Black people have been the ones suffering for so long. People have been the ones suffering for so long. They suffered during slavery and all of that, which was even indicated, or it was said that slavery is as a will of God. So why maybe this other one that is happening now might also be as the will of God? So when I saw her with some other pan-colored women so agitated with all of the Sundown town claims, I was like, why are they getting so angry? There are some people that faced something more, outrageous even compared to this. This is just nature doing its course. This is not a handmade, even if some people believe that it's handmade. A lot of Republicans are out there saying that it was actually Democrats people that sent this hurricane, which I don't even understand how is that possible. Well, I think this is just nature, Mother Nature doing its course, or getting angry, which a lot of people really need to, calm down, reflect in life, beg for forgiveness, ask and pray more. But you getting all worked up because people are, tagging it to what really happened in this past. It's not something to play up. You wouldn't blame them because all of those things that happened in the past, it said in the scripture that one day, rapture will take, judgment day will come. We don't know when is judgment day. We don't know when the rapture is taking place. We actually do not know what is happening. There's a video I posted about the sun disappearing, which is just something that is shocking. But the good news is that I went out yesterday to actually, the moon rather, sorry. I went out yesterday to see if I can see the moon because it's been all over my For You page. Oh my God, the moon is disappeared. Where is the moon? But I went out yesterday. And so I was so happy to see the moon, but it's actually not a full moon, it's a half moon. But I was like, it's a very good feeling that okay, it's up there, and even if people don't see it, there are some people that sees it. So we don't really know how the nature is taking place, what is happening. If you notice, 2024 has actually been a lot, like a lot has been happening in this 2024, beginning from January, when February, when Putin decided that it was time to tell the truth. And since then, a lot of things have been coming out, a lot of, informations, truth. People are getting to know who the real people are, the real chosen people. Like, it has so many things to do with spirituality. So if people want to target spiritual, you wouldn't blame them, because there are a lot of things that are happening on this earth. There are a lot, and it's as if there are a lot that has been hidden from the masses. These top people, they actually hide so many things which is yet to be found out. When I saw this video, I decided why not you guys share it as well, to also share your thoughts if you believe that it has something to do with spiritual thing, Sundown towns being affected. Even if there are some black people living in those towns, which when you ask them how they've been treated, they are in the best position to tell you. You could just leave in a comment section. And also want to talk about the Hurricane Newton. I think that one is on its way as well. So if you're living in these places, find yourself a safe place. Be safe wherever you are. It's time for us to pray, reflect our life, ask for forgiveness, and just watch God do its own miracles. Leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, leave your thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
I've watched up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.